Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Living Purposely on Purpose. I have brought back an amazing guest to the platform. Her name is Renee. You should have listened to her first episode by time this airs. This is her second time coming on the pod. The first time she was on, we really went deeply into the Word of God. She's a a real spirit-filled woman who is a woman of God, and the spirit was leading, and we just went so much into sharing God's word and God message, a part of how he's been a part of both of our journey and both of our lives. And now I wanted to bring her back on because Renee is also, she's in business. She owns her own business. She has a lot of different hats when it comes to that. She's in real estate. She's in a number of things, and she's going to go into that today. She's going to share some more. And how does that align with her purpose? And how does that align with why she chose these things to go into? So let's bring her back on the platform again. And I can't wait for her to share her story once more so we can get a more extended version on who Miss Renee is. Hi,
Yeah.
Renee. Thank
Hi,
you again for joining us.
thank you so much for having me again. It was such an amazing time last time, so I'm excited to be here again.
Absolutely. I know the last time you were on, like I was just sharing, the spirit was leading and we went into so much different things, and we were, a little bit strict on time. So we didn't really get to share some of the things that I wanted to say to the audience about your business, and how does that align with how your purpose is and who you are as a person. So I know you have a few businesses, so if you could share what those are and give us some, we'll just go on from there. So can you tell us a little bit more about what those businesses are, and tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, again, thank you for the invite again. So happy to be here. Thank you to all the listeners or guys who are tuning in. But I am a financial educator. I am so passionate about what I do. I educate people about finances, and that's something that everybody struggles with at some point in their lives. I mean, if you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you probably struggle with finances at some point in your life. And so I am again, a financial educator. So I speak to people and I teach them about the importance of credit. So the platform, my business is Freedom Path. Freedom Path is my business, one of my businesses. And we have a platform that we help people to repair their credit. We leverage the power of AI technology. So it doesn't take as long as it used to do in back in the day where we had to write letters and put them in the mail and wait for somebody to respond. We actually, again, leverage the power of AI technology to help people to repair their credit. So we're getting, people are getting answers back within weeks or maybe just a couple of months, where back in the day it may have taken 12 to 18 months to get your credit back on track. I also do insurance. I'm a licensed life insurance agent in the state of Louisiana and Texas. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about life insurance, but hey, we all need it. Nobody likes to talk about death, but it is something that's inevitable. We are going to pass that way. So instead of something happening and we're not covered, we teach people the importance of having insurance. And so we don't call it insurance, we say income protection. Because, for instance,
Action.
it's a husband and wife team, they have a couple of kids, something happens to the husband and he doesn't return home? What else doesn't return home with him? His income. So we teach people about the importance of having income protection. So that's where the life insurance comes in. I also do investments, so we teach people about the importance of investing. This is retirement preparation. So who wants to retire and work at Walmart checking receipts? Unless you want to. If you're already set for retirement and you're just bored and you want something to do, then you can go over to Walmart and check receipts. But if you don't have to be there, why would you just be there? Because you need to be. So we teach people about that, the importance of investing. Again, we do, I'm a funding broker. So on the Freedom Path platform, we also teach business owners. We educate them about, again, the importance of having credit. Well, your personal credit is going to be directly tied to your business credit. So we want to make sure that your personal credit is on track so that your business credit will be on track as well. And that's what makes a business owner bankable. We call bankable, so that you can go to a bank, you can go to an investor and say, hey, I want to enhance my business. I want to make some upgrades to my building. I want to get another building. I want to maybe open another franchise or whatever. You can get the funding to do that. So we also help business owners. We help aspiring business owners. Maybe you're someone who is an aspiring entrepreneur and you have a business idea in your head, but you don't know how to get it off the ground. Well, we have something on our platform called a Business Credit Academy. Well, we will put you in. It's a self-paced course. And so after you finish the course, we guarantee you $50,000 in funding. So if you have an idea and you don't know how to get it off the ground, we can definitely help you to do that. We're going to teach you everything
Pause,
that you need to know. So
pause.
if somebody wants to get in business and they have no clue where to start, we're going to teach them from A to Z. We're going to teach you how to get your EIN, how to set up your DUNS account, how to structure your business, and then we're going to get you funding. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed because we know that you've gone through the program and that you're ready. So we're going to make your business bankable, and you can do all this within 4 to 6 months, depending on how fast you advance through the course. Again, it's a self-paced course, so you can do it at your leisure. So, you don't have to be rushed to do it. So it's a really, really great platform. And I love it. Again, I just love to educate people. I want to make impact in the community. So that's where my passion lies. And that's how it ties into my purpose. I definitely believe. I was talking to one of my mentors on yesterday, and she told me we were doing like a role play. And so when we finished role playing, she said, I'm going to tell you, she said, this is what you have been called to do. And I was so blessed and encouraged by that because nobody has ever said that to me. But she said that this is what you have been called to do. This is your purpose. So a few months ago, I was praying, God, I just want to find my niche, what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is definitely it. So I am a financial educator. I want to educate people on money because I don't want to see people struggling like we used to do. We don't have to struggle anymore. There are resources out there available. There are people like me out here who's willing to invest in educating people, even for free.
That is awesome. I mean, as a business owner myself, everything you said just resonates so much with me. And I know there's all sorts of listeners that we have. We have people that are, have a vision that they want to start a business, and we have people that don't know where to start.
Yes.
And, they might want to do it, but they don't even know, like, have an idea of what they should be doing.
Yes.
And we have a lot of people that in our community, in all communities really, that do have bad credit. And they need that in order to, like you said, get that business funded. Right.
Yeah.
And when you said guaranteed $50,000, I was like, pause, because that's huge for someone that's starting their business to have access to that.
Funding. Absolutely. It's amazing. It's an amazing platform. When you were talking, I was thinking, okay, she's telling my story right now. I was that person. I've always wanted to go into business for myself. I never knew where to start. And it's like I never could find anybody to help me to get started. And I was just frustrated for a number of years. So imagine how I feel now that I know the information. I just want to share it with everybody. I'm not the person that's going to hold back on it or say, no, I'm not going to give it to you. You need to pay me for it. No, if you want to know, I got the sauce. I got the tea for you. So I'm just excited to share it with everybody because I know how it feels, like you said, to want to do something better, something different, to have your own business, maybe to make your own income, or even just to be a small business owner, to take that side hustle and make it an actual business. To where you can create income and freedom for yourself. I know how it feels. So now that I know the information, I just want to share it with others. So I'm here to educate first, and to help people to realize their dreams. That's what I'm here for. Again, that's my purpose. That's my purpose in life. That's my niche right now. So I'm
Okay, there we go. So sorry. I know you were saying something and, we had a little technical error. Could you continue where you left off?
basically I was just saying I just want to that's my calling. My purpose now is to educate people. I just want to educate people on what I know now. Not sure what the viewers heard, but I was that person who always wanted to do something better, something different with my life. Always thought about starting some sort of business. Even for people who just have a side hustle right now who want to make it maybe a permanent business. You can do that. But I was that person who didn't know. I never had the information, and I was frustrated for a number of years because I did not know. So now that I know the information, sometimes I feel like I'm just about to burst because I just want to share it with everybody. I just want to tell somebody about it. So, for anybody watching or anybody listening, if you want to know the information, I have it. If you want the sauce, I've got the tea if you want it. I'm willing to share it. Definitely have a great platform here. I want to share with everyone who wants to know. But again, these are, especially the times that we're living in, we need multiple streams of income. So a great time to start a business right now, even if it's just for tax purposes. It's just an amazing opportunity. So definitely want to share it, and just get this education out there to anybody who needs it.
So I guess one of my questions that I would have is Freedom Path. Is it because I know we hear all these different things, right? And I just want to clear it up for the audience just in case they're wondering, because we don't want any hindrance to someone saying this isn't for me, or this is this, or this is, multi-level marketing, or I'm gonna have to go out there and get all these different people to join on with me. And can you share a little bit more on Freedom Path? How do you, as someone that's doesn't know anything, come in? How does that work? Can you like just streamline that process for them so that they can be more comfortable, if they can so that they can decide, is this something that they would want to, venture into? Can you give them more details on that?
Absolutely, Coach Lynn. I love when you said that, for someone who doesn't know a whole lot, because that was me. Okay, before I got into this industry, I was just like the average person. I didn't know a whole lot about finances either. Freedom Path is an amazing platform, and I will give you my website so that anyone who has questions, they can go and just look around. I also have videos, pre-recorded videos that I can send out as well. But Freedom Path, again, is an amazing platform. So we leverage the power of AI. So we use fintech technology. So the financial services industry and the tech industry have gotten together. They call it fintech. They've gotten together and they've created a baby. So fintech is the baby of the financial industry and the technology industry. We know that finance is the number one industry right now to be in to get wealthy. So those two industries have gotten together, and we leverage the fintech industry through the power of AI. In Freedom Path, you don't need any specialized credentials. You don't have to have credentials behind your name. You don't have to have any kind of special licenses. If I can do it, anybody can do it. The average person can do it if you want to do it. If you have a passion for helping people, you can do it. So in this platform, yes, it is a level marketing platform. But if you don't want to go out and market, you don't have to. Everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody else who needs our services. Everybody knows somebody who deals with bad credit or who struggles with poor credit. 58% of Americans right now struggle with poor credit. So even if it's not your sister or your brother, it's your cousin, it's your coworker. Somebody struggles with poor credit. So you're going to know somebody who's going to need your services. You're going to know somebody who wants to leverage this platform. Everyone wants to, again, maybe start a business. Somebody's going to need your services. They're going to need their credit repaired. They want to start a business. They're going to have to repair their personal credit before they can build up their business credit. They're going to need that. If they have a business right now, they may need funding at some point. The country right now, in the economy right now is struggling a bit. I mean, I went to the store yesterday. I refused to pay $7 for a carton of eggs, and literally they were $7. So we need multiple streams of income. We're dealing with really rough economic times right now. Businesses are struggling. Some businesses still have not recovered from COVID. So business owners need capital right now. You're going to know somebody who's going to need some funding or some capital for their business. Everybody needs this platform. We also have, so it's not just business funding and credit repair. We have what's called Freedom Health for business owners who don't have traditional health insurance. We have that available on our platform. We have something called Freedom Pay, where if you've ever used PayPal, if you've ever gone to a store and you swiped your card, if you've ever purchased something from Amazon and you've done a transaction online, we have that in our platform called Freedom Pay. So if you're a business owner and you want to use it, maybe what you're using right now, the fees are too expensive. We can get you less fees for that. So we have a great platform here. Anybody can do it. You need no specialized skills. You don't need a degree or anything behind your name, any kind of credentials to do it. It's an amazing platform. And it's so easy to share because you can just be having a conversation with a friend of yours and say, hey, how's your credit? Or you guys can just be having a conversation about it. Maybe your friend will say, hey, I really want to purchase a home, but my credit is shot. Hey, I can help you to get your credit where it needs to be. And then you can call Renee and she can help you to purchase a home, because I'm in mortgages as well. So I'm a mortgage loan originator. So something in this platform, I feel like I have something for everybody. So
And
guys, if you want to, if you want to do this thing, you definitely can do it.
And
And
I want to just say, Renee, that the Bible says that a virtuous woman has several streams of income,
mhm,
several, right? And a lot of times we are so focused on the one income that we're getting. And as we can see in, in the past couple of weeks, a lot of people who had that mindset lost their jobs. They thought they were secure. They were working in a federal job. They thought they had, a great income. Their job was stable. They've been in it for 15 plus years. And here comes someone who, with a big brush, just
yes,
said,
sweep it
no
all.
more. So, if anything, because I know that this platform that I use, that God has told me to create, I try to use it to benefit everyone that listens, whether it's their mindset, whether it's their spirituality, whether it's their finances, whether it's their health. There's something that God is using on this platform to benefit someone else. And that's why I wanted to bring you back to share this, because I know that I heard, one of the streams that you referred to, and I was very much piqued by what I heard as a business owner myself, as someone that is trying to have several streams of income myself. And I said, this is something that I want to do. So if I want to do it, I would love for you to share so other people can join on board, because I might not know how to explain it as well as you, since you've been in it for as long as you've been in it. I see even now your name has changed. It's Renee Williams, Financial Educator. And I love that, because guess what? A lot of us did not have the ability to get educated on finances and to properly know how to manage our finances, and how to protect or grow our credit. I remember when my son was, I'm going to say, 15 years old, I started to share with him what credit cards were, what credit does, and the power of having good credit versus not having, good credit, poor
Mhm.
credit, as they say, right? So I showed him like different things. So I knew that that was something I needed when I was his age, because I remember getting my first credit card when I was like 20, and it was like $3,000. And I just blew the whole $3,000 within a matter of 2 months. And I was now like having to pay this bill, and the card was maxed out. And my credit was now going down because I could not afford to pay not even the minimum, because I was 20 and I did not have a job. And so I wanted to make sure he did not get into those things. So when you say financial educator, I take that very seriously, because I know that many of us have not gained that insight on what that actually means.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coach Lynn, you dropped some nuggets right there. You dropped some nuggets right there. I hope your people are listening. Everything that you said resonated with me. Um, this is something that we were not taught in school. They taught us how to, add, subtract, multiply, the basic math. They didn't teach us about investing. They didn't teach us about savings. And so I love what you said about what you did with your son. That was gold, because I did the same thing with my kids. I wasn't taught it in school, but both of my children, when they got of age, I took them to the bank. I helped them to open their own savings and checking account.
Same.
Taught them how to manage their money, how to balance their checkbooks. And it just went from there. And so now they're educated on, at least on some level of financial literacy, because I taught them that. And
Yes.
so when you were talking about the credit card, so I'm going to have to come back on, because you're hitting on some things that I'm definitely going to be talking about this week on another platform, about the power of credit. and knowing how to leverage your credit, but how uh, to keep
Right.
it to a minimum where you won't get in trouble. Like you said, you were 20 years old. So when I was 20, I was in college. I had a cousin in college and one of my best friends. We were all in college together. Well, for some reason, they were able to get the credit cards, but I wasn't. I'm so glad that I didn't, because my cousin had one with a $2,000 limit on it. Her mom took it and went crazy with it. And so that's how it got ran up. So one of the things that I teach about is knowing when to say when. If you have a $2,000 or $3,000 limit on your credit card, that doesn't mean that you should go out and spend to the max. You want to keep it to a minimum. You never want your utilization rate to go above 30%. Why? Because it's going to bring your score down. So you want to keep it to a minimum. Okay, credit cards are for emergencies. So we know that things happen. So if you have to go over that 30%, just make sure you pay it down as quickly as you can so that you can keep your score up. Now, a 10% utilization is ideal, but again, we know that things happen. So you definitely don't want to go out and spend your maximum. They're giving you that limit, but you don't want to go to that limit. It's just like purchasing a home. You always want to buy less. They may say, "Hey, you qualify for 650,000. Well, find a home for 550." You never want to go to the max. So that's something I'm going to be talking about this week. So I definitely want to come back so we can actually go over that, the tips for maintaining, for building and maintaining good positive credit. I talk about that a lot because a lot of people don't know what's needed or what's
Yeah.
required. So I love that when you said that, you just opened up a Pandora's box there. So I definitely want to come back so we can talk about that and break it down for the
So
list.
I just had a great idea, right? Would you like to be the person that comes on and share these, like we just do a one half an hour episode where you just come on and you teach us all things financial. You said you're a financial educator. You'll be the one source on this platform that I bring on that will share those things to the audience and
Absolutely.
build them up to understand these things better, because we need to be able to be empowered by these type of information so that we can apply it to our lives, so that it can help us to be able to grow in different areas. How, I mean, I know I'm just like putting this out there to you right on the platform, but that's just how I do it.
I love it. I love it. I would absolutely love that. I would love that. I'm so excited right now. Again, I feel like I'm about to burst because I feel like I have so much in me. I have to get it out. So I would love that. That would give me an opportunity to share with the listeners and your viewers things they may have questions about. I was going to say while you were talking, even if someone has questions, they want to send you the questions beforehand, and I can answer those however you want to do it. But I would absolutely love that.
I
Amazing.
love that. So listen, guys, you heard it. You heard Renee say it. Drop some questions on this particular video. Let me know what you want me to ask Miss Renee the next time she comes on. We're gonna schedule it. She'll be coming on. We're gonna share different aspects of financial literacy that she can share as a financial educator to the audience on different topics. So each time she comes on will be a different topic. The next time she comes on, we're going to specifically dive into credit and how it can impact us and how we can leverage it. So if you have questions surrounding that, please drop it in the comments and I will make, or you can email me livingpurposelypodcast@gmail.com, and you can send me those questions if it's too long for the comment box, because I know they limit you on the amount of words you can put in there. So
Absolutely. It's amazing. Amazing. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. We've just got so many things going on right now. I just want to put this little nugget out there, but we have something called Money for Ministries program. Because we don't just want to help, we want to help people, we want to help everybody.
what's
But
monies for ministry? I'm
realize
intrigued.
a lot of churches are still struggling right now. Again, people are still struggling post COVID. COVID is still here. I know two people that just had COVID, the mom and the daughter. So COVID is still here. It's not as prevalent as it was before, but a lot of people have not returned to physical church anymore. A lot of churches are still doing like Zoom.
Online.
So so it's kind of hybrid, like working is hybrid. because we still do it. So of course we go to church on Sundays, but on Wednesdays we do our Bible study on the phone.
Yeah.
But we still have an offering period or whatever. And so, but some people are just not giving like they used to. So we realize that churches are struggling. We do not want the kingdom to struggle. So we have something called Money for Ministries program, where we can do it virtually or we can do it in person. It just depends on where they are, but it's nationwide. And if, for instance, one of your listeners may be on, they may have a ministry that's struggling. Maybe it's their church, maybe it's a pastor or whatever. They may need funding for their ministry. I spoke to a pastor last week. We're going to get him some funding for his ministry. But what we do, if we would link up with that ministry and we would present to their members. There may be business owners in the ministry. It may be a church that has 10 business owners. They may need funding for their businesses. If they need funding, we will get them funded. Whatever we make off that, we sow 10% back into that ministry just because they gave us the opportunity to come in and to help them. So, I mean,
That's
the
amazing.
ministries are endless, but yeah, we sow back into those churches just for allowing us to come in, to talk to them, to educate them on finances. We don't charge them anything. They don't charge us anything, but we do sow back into those ministries because we want to let those churches and those pastors know how much we appreciate just allowing us to come in and educate their people. And we're helping the process as well.
And just to clarify, this is from Freedom Path or is it another?
Freedom Path.
Wow. You see, now I'm even more impressed with Freedom Path that they're even taking that initiative. That's God's work right there. So that's a blessing.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that's what I love about the platform. The owners are kingdom people, so it's a lot of kingdom people that I connect with, on the Freedom Path platform. So I love it because um, it's just the presence of the Holy Spirit is always there when you're connecting with like-minded people. And so when I heard about that program, I was really, really excited. And I have a flyer that I can get to you as well. But yeah, someone may be on to say, hey, my church is struggling right now. Can I take this to my pastor? Absolutely. And you
Okay.
can contact me and we will work with them to see if we can get them funded. Absolutely.
So send me the flyer. I'll post it on all of my channels and promote it as well for you. That's amazing. And I'll
Thank
I'll I'll reach out to my church and see if we could post it on their channel as well.
Absolutely. I will get it to you as soon as I can. But thank you. I appreciate it so much, Coach Lynn. This is just an amazing, amazing platform. I think you're doing an amazing job. This is an amazing work. And I would not want to work with anybody else, maybe, but I appreciate our connection. I do appreciate it. So thank you so much.
I feel the same, and we're definitely going to speak so we can set up that schedule. And we're going to bring Renee back on. God is amazing because I never expected this to happen, but he's showing me more and more what he's going to do with this platform, and I'm just a student. I'm just a servant. I just allow myself to be led, and he's definitely leading. And this is definitely something that's necessary. So I will be bringing you back on again, and again, like we said, for that, just that segment, that bonus segment around financial education, which is what you are called to do. And that's a part of living in purpose as well. So I appreciate you coming back on and sharing all of this with us, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely. Likewise, excited to be able to partner with you and work with you and to hear what your listeners and viewers have to say and to get into those questions. We're gonna give them some great, great information. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. All right. So I know that we're on a tight schedule because Miss Renee is very busy. So we try to just honor her time. And I'm honoring your time today by saying thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to hosting you again on Living Purposely on Purpose. And we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Coach Lynn. My apologies for the schedule. Tuesday was my birthday. We were not able
Oh,
last weekend because of the weather. So they're celebrating me today. They're waiting on me to go over to my brother's. And then that was my daughter calling, asking me, can I make something like this is my party? Why do I have to cook? But nevertheless, I'm going to go over there and do my thing. So
Well, happy belated birthday. And please, please, please enjoy your day. Have fun. And no worries. We are good. And I'll connect with you soon.
Absolutely. All right. Be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a
All right,
good one.
have a good one.
Okay. Um,
Uploads.
so, man, God is amazing. You know, I'm always just impressed by how he moves and how things just flow when he's a part of the mix. You know, like I say, I try to pray every time before we do an episode because I really want my father, to be a part of what I'm doing. And he definitely was a part of this conversation today. And I look forward to seeing Renee back on and sharing her wisdom and her knowledge around financial literacy and being a financial educator moving forward on this platform. Did not see it coming, did not even know it was going to be something that we would be having, but as long as she's willing to join us, I am willing to continue to bring this information for you all to be a part of and to use to the betterment of your life and your well being. So until next time, continue to live purposely on purpose, and we will see you guys again.